episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post, partner with Robert Miller & Son Furniture. My name is Drew Larison. This is MTM. Mr. Mayor, how the heck are you?
Super-de-duper.
I've been out for a while, and I still got it.
You have been, yeah.
Still got it.
You still got it, man.
Yeah, it's like riding a bike, you know? No big deal.
Right.
You doing all right?
I am, yes.
Good.
Recuperating. Snuck away for a little long weekend with my wife, daughter, and her beau to check out a show. So, yeah.
Nice.
Recuperating. Did a lot of walking, a lot of eating, and ready to get back at it as well.
Love it. Yeah. Beautiful day here in Kokomo. Before we talk about anything else, let's give a shout out to our partner for the show, which is Robert Miller & Son Furniture here in Kokomo. This fall, Robert Miller & Son will help you brace for the winter with the coziest of furniture. From elegant couches to ultra comfortable chairs, your family will be comfy and cozy when the winter cold arrives. Combine all of that with their guaranteed lowest price, and it's a no-brainer. So don't wait. Come into Robert Miller & Son at 1540 East Boulevard, Kokomo, and browse furniture that will upgrade your home. Certain restrictions always apply. See store for complete details. Love it. Thank you for Robert Miller & Son for being the partner for the show. What's been going on at City Hall this week? Well, it's Monday.
So we're at the street department, I believe, because many of the leaves had not started working their way down. They did a handful, but pretty much made one pass through the city last week, surprisingly, and are starting back over. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is leaf season. We may repost our little helpful hint fun video that we did last year, reminding everybody don't put large limbs in there. Definitely don't hide trash, and even garden vegetation. So if those that are getting rid of their garden stuff for the summer or for the season, don't throw those in there as well. Strictly leaves, because that leaf fat comes through and it's not powerful enough for limbs, garden vegetation and such, and definitely trash. And so if you have any of that hidden in there or part of it, because the crews are out walking alongside the trucks when they get to a pile, if you head back out there and they haven't taken it, dig through it, because somebody either threw something in there or there's a very good reason why they would have not have picked that up. And if there is garden vegetation that you want in there, bag it up, put it out at trash day, because there are rear loaders as opposed to the totes or the arms that pick up the totes that come by and pick up larger items or other bags of trash. So throw them in there. Limbs try to break down so that they can get those later with the big I call them the claws, but the lightning loaders with that. Like I said, once they've been through your neighborhood, now that the leaves are starting to come down a little heavier, it will be a little longer before they make their way through, but we appreciate everybody's patience as we do that. So also keeping our fingers crossed that Mother Nature blesses us with a little bit more weather, which I think we're supposed to get some decent stuff. So some of those crews also may get pulled off of leaves to do a little more paving before the end of the season. So hopefully folks won't mind that as well, with as much that needs to be addressed from time to time, not just in the streets, but in the alleys. We knocked out a lot of alleys this past summer as well. So again, trying to take advantage of opportunities when we can. Yeah,
so the weather actually, high of 69 today, and we're at the high currently, 70 on Wednesday.
Love it.
So we've still got some nicer fall weather before winter hits. But speaking of leaf pickup, how many times does the city try to make a lap and get everything?
Weather permitting, but we like to try and make at least 3 passes through the city.
Gotcha.
So
yeah. I know that's a big benefit and amenity that the city provides to a lot of people in Kokomo, and they love that.
Yeah, because again, it's not something that we've got dedicated leaf crews, as I just mentioned. I mean, some of those guys do run trash trucks, and if they're not running the trash routes, they're guys that have been pulled off or that are typically for street repair, street maintenance, that do the asphalt, address potholes, other issues, on the streets. I mean, so it's those that get pulled off that, again, if the opportunity presents itself, we'd rather they be laying a little bit more asphalt before the end of the season and holding off on the leaves, as long as folks don't mind.
Yeah. I mean, so we are talking about leaves. It is technically still fall. However, I know winter is coming up, and I've started to see some things pop around about the Christmas parade.
You betcha.
Again this year. So this will be the third
one.
Third year for the Christmas parade. What all has been going on with that?
A lot of planning. I know that with my mother, my brother, and a handful of folks involved, they like to take it, kind of like the Kokomo Post did with your block party. With Halloween, they want to take it to the next level. They apparently have a nicer kind of custom sleigh and reindeer for Santa to arrive.
Sleigh.
They'll still have the amenities around the square.
Love it.
Yes.
Sleigh all day.
So activities that afternoon before from like 3 or 4 o'clock up until parade time at 6:30 or so, which would be the live reindeer, the street train, carolers, probably a handful of food vendors and such. And so special thanks to the top sponsor, Heartland Federal Credit Union, for being a 3-year major sponsor on that. We've got a handful of others as well. But yeah, they're playing. And I think they have about 55 or 60 entries already registered for the parade.
That's a lot of people.
I think they're cutting it off at 100.
Did we do it?
We did.
Oh,
we did.
nice.
We'll be there.
There you go.
We did it.
So I think they're cutting it off at 100.
That was my Mario.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Here we go to the Christmas parade.
That was good.
Perfect.
Yeah, this will be the first one I've gone to. I feel like we're out of town or something like that. We haven't gone to them before.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Should be fun.
Should be.
So yeah, it is. We're talking Christmas because I don't know. Somebody explained it the other day, the best way I've seen so far. I don't know. I've already started listening to Christmas music in the car with the kids. And a lot of people give some slack or some hate to that because we got Thanksgiving still, right? Mm-hmm. Somebody explained it.
And I think one of the local radio stations starts off with their 24-hour Christmas music this coming Friday.
See? Christmas season begins November 1st.
Do you have feelings about that? I feel like you do.
My wife's like, oh, get the Christmas lights up because it's warm out. I'm like, no, those don't go up until Thanksgiving weekend. No. I know. And she, well, you don't have to turn them on. I'm like, I get it, but I would know that they're up. I don't know. I mean, I'm all about, giving the holidays their due,
their respect,
and not getting too far ahead of the game because you don't want people to get burnt out. I mean, everybody loves Christmas. For the most part, everybody loves Christmas.
Sure.
And so the longer and it's the one that gets celebrated the most and probably the longest. And you don't want burnout. You don't want Christmas burnout, but
I don't know if that's a thing. What I was saying is Christmas season starts November 1st and goes up until the day before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving gets Thanksgiving Day, and then you're back at Christmas again. I think that makes sense.
That is how you celebrate it.
Yeah. Thanksgiving is one day. It's a Thursday. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Always.
Who puts a major holiday every year on a Thursday?
It's kind of weird.
I mean, Christmas isn't Christmas on Wednesday every year, right? It's
correct. Once every 7 years it is.
The 25th. It's not a, hey, we'll do this. So
you know who does not subscribe to that model is our son.
He called somebody out.
Like shouted at a stranger in a store.
We're working on it.
About getting into the Christmas spirit.
Yeah. What was it? Christmas things were out, and he was just,
like somebody was just in a conversation. About Christmas. Yeah.
And he was like, basically, knock it off. Give Thanksgiving its due. And he used the phrase last week, I'm full of rage. And
Jude, you're my man.
So our 7-year-old is like really has Thanksgiving justice on his mind.
Yeah. So I don't know. But then he's like singing along in the back seat to all my Christmas music. Oh, sure. So make up your mind, Jude.
Well, it is catchy. It's just if you get caught up in music. I mean, that's one thing, but
yep.
I'm here for the Christmas music.
Yes, you are.
And Jolly Drew is slowly but surely showing his face, and it's going to be good. Should be fine. Speaking of something Christmas related, all the We Care trees are currently out in the mall, which Jude and I did go and look at those the other night. Okay. You and Ellie were both doing something, so it was just a Jude and Dad night, and we went out to the mall, looked at all the trees.
Is the auction this weekend?
I think so. This is the last week to look at them. Yeah. Jude was respectfully kind of disappointed in the trees this year.
Oh no.
And it was for one reason.
Tell me.
Too much Barbie.
Yep.
There are. Knew it.
So many Barbie themed trees.
Yes.
And he kept walking and he just went like, another Barbie tree.
I forget which commercial it is where this kid, he's shopping until he's shopping for somebody. And at the end of the, spoiler alert, he ends up buying some slippers for Santa. But anyway, he's barreling through the store and I love it. He goes past the toys and the Barbie section. He's doing this.
Just
as he goes
blocking
past.
his eyes. No, it was so funny. Like there's some really great trees. I think the same person, I don't know.
If you want to check out those trees, you can check out every single one of them at thekokomopost.com.
Or the Markland Mall.
You could do that too. But if you want to look immediately,
you want a preview,
kokomopost.com.
There you go.
Check them all out before you go and vote.
There's a lot of really good ones. But yeah, it cracked me up. He just, every time because there are like, I think 4 or 5, which makes sense. The movie came out, like it's a hot thing right now, right?
One even has a little photo, a little photo booth I think you can get in.
Well, yeah, there's somebody made like a life-size box and like put they're always really good.
They're
really
incredible.
Good. There was like a cool Disney 100 themed one because I don't know if you guys have seen, like the Walt Disney Company is turning 100. And so like there was a big themed one there, a lot of Barbie ones, a lot of really good trees. So go check those out. And if you're interested in buying one, obviously like Mayor said, auction is this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Also, We Care store's open. So cheese balls.
We got to talk about.
And it's not at the Markland Mall. It's at their
correct
931 side at the old Aldi's.
Correct.
Oh gosh, he always just finds a way to slip his way into the news. So Kyle Gibson in the Coterie. Speaking of We Care cheese balls. Did you see this?
No.
It's amazing.
I'll try to find a picture for you. So last week they had like a burger special right when like the We Care store opened.
Yeah.
And I have to show you this burger. So the Coterie, great burger place downtown. They do a lot of awesome live music. They're kind of like the place to go in Kokomo when it comes to like live, like Midwest band music. But they had a burger on their menu last week. I have to find the picture because it's absurd. Called, I need to find a way where I can just throw something up on a screen. It's called the We Care Burger. It's a double smash patty, crispy local bacon, American cheese, and half of a We Care cheese ball sitting. Let me see if I can just turn this around. Sitting on
Can
top.
you say that is hilarious? Oh my God.
I have to know who tried this and then how much was your ER visit bill?
I wanted to try it.
We honestly were tempted to go get one.
I think you should.
Oh gosh! Well, I think it was a one-time special.
Yeah, I was gonna say, was it just that day? Because
it was. I think it was. I'm curious how many they sold, and just it's the most. This is it, folks. Like culinary actions in Kokomo can't beat this.
No,
this is it. We've topped out. Everything else will not be what this is. But it was just, it was so funny to me. I saw that. I just
unless you sprinkle it, then also with some crumble.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, what have we been eating?
The caramel puffs.
Jerk left in my office one day.
Oh my gosh. The first time I had them. So they have, and I didn't grow up here, right? So I claim ignorance on this. They have Doodah and they have stuff. It's like some like caramel popcorn or popcorn or like chocolate. Bree could tell you exactly what they are, but those are apparently the big ones. And then like this kind of like throwaway one that apparently people don't like as well are these caramel puffs. Oh my gosh.
They're so good.
They taste like French toast Cheetos. They're so good.
I keep saying like I want it in a bowl.
So anybody who wants to throw yours out, drop them by the Kokomo Post.
Last year,
we don't need them.
Last year, they posted that they had 5 bags left at the end of We Care season, and and I think they were only taking cash. Yeah. So I sprinted. I mean, I got in my car and I ran over there, and the sadness when apparently they had just been sold out 1 minute before. I waited all year. So on the first day that it opened,
McRib of We Care.
It really is. Bree brought them to us the first day that it opened, and the whole office, we couldn't stop. We were all ill.
French toast Cheetos.
They're so good. Do we still have? Or they're all gone?
No, we have a couple.
Okay.
I'll go grab them.
Yeah, go grab them. Because to me, I want them in a cereal because it's like a cereal puff, type of thing. But the caramel, I can just imagine. To me, a lot of times the best part about a bowl of cereal is drinking the milk.
Drinking the milk afterwards,
right?
The flavored
milk afterwards, and you'll see. Here they are. They're so crunchy.
I don't think they're gonna make it here.
Yeah, they're all gonna be gone. So check this out.
Oh, there you
What are they called? Caramel Puffs.
Caramel Puffs.
From the We Care store. You got to try one.
Caramel.
They kind of do look like those puff cheese or
Yep.
Cheez-Its? No. What are the...
Yeah.
Cheetos.
Yeah.
Or puffy popcorn.
Tell me that wouldn't be good in like a cold bowl of milk, like as a cereal.
Tell me that
then
those
you'd
are
have
not
caramel
like the
milk.
best
Those are
sweet
pretty-
treat you've ever had.
I mean,
then you'd have
I'm
caramel
embarrassed to
milk.
say that I've never had them.
They're so good.
I hadn't either until last year, and I ate so many of them last year.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. So We Care's going on, and the trees this weekend, Christmas, holidays.
I want to know in the comments, are you audience members, are you a Doodah, a Stuff, or a caramel puff? Like, these are far superior to me than any popcorn.
What is the Doodah?
It's some kind of like a caramel. I don't know. I'm gonna mess
Caramel
it up.
corn?
But
Like
there's
That's like a caramel corn. And
then
chocolate,
another one has chocolate. I think.
And what stuff?
I'm really not sure. I need someone more.
Dying
Well, I
right
don't know
now.
either.
She's mad
Yes,
at us.
I need someone more expert in We Care to decipher for me. But I do need to know, are either popcorn variety or this incredible puff, which
Their
is
favorite.
better? And the answer is puffs. So
Puffs are good.
just so
Puffs
you
are
know.
good.
Yeah, puffs are good.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh shoot, I wanted to talk about something else too. Oh, yeah. I want to talk about a controversial topic because this got brought up at a family dinner over the weekend. Talking about Thanksgiving. I'll show some love to Thanksgiving. I know we're talking a lot about Christmas right now. The idea, and I think it's becoming less and less taboo, but I am so for it. What are your thoughts on Thanksgiving with not a turkey and some other form of protein for like the meal? 'Cause let's be honest.
Yeah.
High majority of the time,
That's a preference thing. Yeah.
the turkey is garbage. It's dry. No one is like, "Oh, that turkey was so good this year." Like, I have never heard that.
That's why there's
dark
gravy.
meat's
Drew.
good. Yeah.
Thoughts
love
on
turkey.
something else?
Yeah, no, I think it's perfectly acceptable. I mean,
Okay,
that's, a lot of people say, oh, you got to have a Christmas ham. No, people don't have ham.
We have goose. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. But no, my mom literally this afternoon, she said, I think the Pilgrims and Indians had chicken pot pie. Because she wants chicken pot pie for
Sounds
Thanksgiving
amazing.
instead of
Well,
turkey.
so this also gets
Yes.
into the argument so I love ham
Just kind of
because I think a leftover like holiday ham sandwich is the best leftover sandwich. It's better than the turkey to me.
This is the smallest hill that I will die on. No, it's not. A leftover turkey sandwich, like
It's
after
still-
Thanksgiving, is hands down one of the best things. And then put a little bit of cranberry on it.
I understand.
Get on my level, Larison. Maybe some gravy. Put some stuffing in it.
What's your favorite like leftover? Use of leftovers. Turkey sandwich?
Yeah, cold turkey sandwich.
100%.
My mom is like historically makes a leftover turkey pot pie.
Oh, it's so
like
good.
she'll make
Yeah.
her own like homemade pot pie. I don't know. It's an interesting. I think I
just
got a few
for-
really dirty looks from people.
For whatever reason, turkey's just become tradition. I mean, it's just part of it for whatever reason. I mean,
turkey's
It's
fine.
marketing from turkey farmers. That's why.
Could
The
be.
turkey's fine. I will tell you, if you're looking for some alternatives to turkey, we've got a series coming up pretty soon with some local chefs giving you some elevated options for Thanksgiving. So
There you
keep
go.
your eyes out
Yeah.
for that.
There you go.
Should be fun.
We'll
I
look-
think I'm
we'll watch
filming one
for
of
it.
those tomorrow. Yeah. Okay,
Good.
Let's get into the Ask the Mayor segment, partnered with Lexi's Drink Barn. There is nothing better to wash down some caramel puffs from the We Care store than with a Lexi's beverage. It's really funny. I actually have a Lexi's beverage in the back of the room.
Staring you down.
But for some reason, I chose the prop instead of like the actual thing today. But yeah, if you're a Fountain Coke fan, Fountain Beverage fan, coffee fan now, Lexi's is the place to go in Kokomo to give those a shot. They have 2 locations, one on North Washington and then one on Markland. Check them out. Go check out Lexi's. Always a good place to go.
Yep. Both places
are,
offer both Drews.
That's true. That's correct. You can get the Drew no matter what location you go to. But this is a part of the show we do every week where you guys submit questions to Ask the Mayor and make sure to leave them in the chat below. I'm watching the chat as we're live, so I will pull those questions over to my notes and we will go from there. But we do have some questions from before the show as well. So let's get into it. The first question is from Michael on Instagram. Is there a plan to redevelop the old baseball diamonds at Highland Park?
The old baseball diamond. So the CFD stadium is still being used. That's still by the CFD Knights, and also serves as a satellite site for some of the championship park games that are played at both Municipal Stadium and down in the park. But the two Southside Diamonds, like the other small ballparks, have been made available to local teams that want opportunities to practice and can't get out at Championship Park. But we're tossing around a potential idea for the smaller minor league diamond to the east of there because of the additional amenities. And so we'll see where that goes.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Doesn't really need, it's still a really nice field, right? So I'm curious what Michael is maybe seeing, because I know there was a big conversation when Kokomo Municipal Stadium was built, and why does Kokomo need a downtown stadium? Well, there's a whole lot of drama. Goodness, going back to that, there was a lot of drama with that baseball stadium because we had such a really nice park or field at Highland Park. And from what I understand, it still is a really nice place.
It is very well manicured and a great place to play. It's got a short right field wall.
Great for home run
outside.
derby.
So, yep, for home run derby. But seating as well. The stadium provides more and just a greater venue. But still, CFD Stadium is very well taken care of and has been one of the best ball diamonds, I think, in the area.
Did CFD pay for like a lifetime rights to that name, or did that get renewed?
I don't know. I don't know if I think it was just a one-time thing.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, kind of like UCT Park is still always been called UCT Ballpark.
What is
It's United Commercial Truckers, I think, or Travelers. United Commercial Travelers or
Never
something.
knew that.
I didn't either.
So it was just
I thought that
always,
was the name of the league that played there.
it was just always, I mean, so it was just like that. I mean, they paid probably to help develop it, and it just has always been lovingly called UCT Ballpark.
That's
Mind
amazing.
blown.
I think it's United Commercial Travelers.
Gotcha. Okay. Next question is from Megan on Facebook. Super random. Not going to lie.
Oh, good.
Some people make this snack during the holidays, so maybe there's some relevancy there. What is your favorite food item in Chex Mix?
We got asked that last week.
Oh, never mind. Missed it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
And Bree kind of gave me the what for, because she was saying it was the rye chips. And I think because the rye chips don't always show up, I don't put it in mine when I make it myself. Yeah.
Bagel chip.
And not everybody puts peanuts, and I love the peanuts that I throw in mine, but otherwise the wheat Chex. The wheat Chex seems to hold more of the little
Sorry, guys. I
spices.
did not. I'm glad to know. I did not realize that.
What's yours?
I mean, mine really is. It's a little pumpernickel chips. Those are the ones. Yeah.
I think mine's, that too as well.
The bagel, really any of the chip varieties.
Homemade Chex Mix does
Brie
hit
was.
different though.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I went to a kid's
good.
birthday party recently, and I ate an embarrassing amount of that Chex Mix. It was so good. Like homemade real Chex Mix.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it, especially when it's warm, like out of the oven. Yeah.
I do the
That's
pretzel
good stuff.
sticks. I do the 3 kinds of Chex, peanuts, but then I use Honey Nut Cheerios instead of.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's kind of fun.
Oh,
That's smart.
So
That's a big brain move.
a lot going on there.
Okay. Next question is from Emily on Instagram. It says, where do you stand on how early is too early to put your tree up? Oh. Kind of what we were talking about
Yep,
earlier.
kind of
I
touched
think
on
my,
it.
my wife probably put her up to asking this.
We'll track the IP address. if it's
Anytime,
your wife.
and don't hit me, Mr. Larison, but anytime before Thanksgiving is definitely too early to put up.
I agree
That's
with you.
the correct answer. You're
I
right.
think the day after Thanksgiving is tree time.
Yeah, that
I
week.
think there's
that weekend.
levels to this.
Yeah.
I think you can start. Well, technically, you can listen to Christmas music whenever you want.
Yeah.
Might be a little weird in July, but to each their own. But I'm with you on the tree.
Yeah.
Day after Thanksgiving, everybody's got that Friday off. It's a great day to make it
And
happen.
a lot of times too, I mean, we start the process Thanksgiving weekend, do outside lights and start getting things and everything. And sometimes the tree doesn't get put up until the following weekend. But now with all of our kids pretty much in college, we take advantage of the fact that they're home and trying, because we've gotten real trees in the last handful of years. And so we can go out and cut it down.
Our kids are allergic to everything. We can't get a real tree.
Okay, don't just throw it all on them. You're also probably allergic to that. Don't throw them under the bus
Okay, I
or the
can't breathe.
sleigh.
Oh.
See what I did there? Yeah, I've never had a real tree either because of allergies when I was a kid.
Yep.
Never did that. Would be fun though. I imagine that's really fun.
We did get real trees as a kid, despite my
until everybody's
until my wheezing.
The allergic mess. Whatever. Doesn't the tree look great? I don't know. My eyes are all swollen.
That was it.
Jeez.
Don't rub them. Don't rub them. You might have sap.
Yep.
Yeah.
You literally just that was my childhood right there.
It's messy too, right? Because don't the needles just fall off slowly? Do you have to water it? Do you have to keep it in water? I know nothing about that world.
Yeah.
Like a real Christmas tree.
Yep.
It's interesting. All right. So the next question is from Susan on Facebook, as well as she put it in the chat to make sure we saw her question. Hi, Mayor. On November 3rd, there were so many medic runs and no medics available. 30-minute wait at the Tipton County to arrive. A decision was made for Rescue 1 crews to utilize Ambulance 1 for a burn patient. Does the city now see the need to take Ambulance 1 out of storage and start using it? Susan on Facebook.
Yeah. I mean, it's, we have it ready and available. I mean, it's been manpower. I mean, it's not taken out of storage and using it. I mean, because we're still working on beefing up the numbers of firefighters. Everybody, forgets, and I had too, coming in. The last time the Kokomo Fire Department had an ambulance or two in service, we had 122 firefighters. Right now we're at 90. I mean, so we're 30 to 32 firefighters short. I mean, so, we've got the bodies, but they've got them on trucks. And as we continue to hire, we're losing them to retirement. And so, yes, we're slowly phasing it in this case. And you're right, on that particular day. I mean, even if, the Ambulance 1 was put in, but it aided in a transport because the situation was more basic life as opposed to advanced life, and advanced life have paramedics. I mean, when it says that there's no medic available, it doesn't mean that there's not response or a BLS truck. It just means that it got to the point that it was advanced life, and so a paramedic is needed in order to address the situation. I mean, as opposed to EMT. Every single Kokomo firefighter is an EMT, which is why we send trucks on ambulatory runs so that they can, a lot of times, address the situation as EMTs. They just can't transport unless, again, like it happened on Saturday, the ambulance was used to go ahead and transport that particular individual in. But I'd have to go back through dispatch and see why the 3 to 5 ambulance or the trucks at each hospital. I mean, meaning that there was probably, there should be between 6 and 10, on the streets every time, got called out or were on other runs, which is why then those calls were made to Tipton and others, because both hospitals trucks. So, yes, we see the need that in situations like that, when for whatever reason there's a slew of runs and calls and all the trucks from each hospital are out, adding one, I don't know what the call volume might have been, once Ambulance 1 was transporting that burn victim to the hospital. There could have been another, a handful of calls, and there wasn't a medic available then. So right now it's coming down to staffing as we continue to beef up the manpower, because the only way we can staff it now is to schedule additional overtime. And again, with the departure of so many firefighters in these last 3 or 4 years, having the bodies we do on the trucks when there's calls has only made the ambulance possible if we schedule overtime, and the overtime has been higher than we've anticipated. So we're working on it. Obviously, we were able to work something out to put one on and bring it in. And so, yes, we've seen the need and the potential for having one more truck in the rotation. It's just unfortunately been a matter of timing.
So tomorrow is election day. You are running unopposed. So I guess maybe I can tell you the first one. Congratulations on your election win tomorrow. Thank you. Which means we're 4 years in, right? So your first 4 years of mayor, when you first swore in, how many firefighters were we at?
80, I think 86, and then the police were just over like 82 maybe.
Okay, gotcha. And where are the police at now?
Both departments are right around 92 or 93.
Okay. So improvements, I probably know the answer to this question. Are you where you'd wanted to be from 4 years? What is the biggest thing?
We would have loved, I mean, both departments would have loved to have been at 100 right now. Mm-hmm. And, police, I think, we've hired between 40 and 50. So we've hired 40, 50, but we've lost almost
the net number.
Yeah, the net number. Same way with the fire department. Fire department, we've hired probably that additional 30 to 32 firefighters, but we've lost 30, almost 30 firefighters. I mean, both departments going 12 years without hiring has really put a strain now, because as we hire, those guys are now aging out. So we're playing catch up. We're slowly making strides.
What would you say the most difficult part about finding people to fill these roles? What's been the most difficult part of that?
I think competing with departments in other cities, because there are some that end up not applying to Kokomo or not continuing through, or they get hired on and think that, benefits and life and everything is different at other departments and other communities, or don't have to work or don't have as many calls and such. And so I think it's just competing with other communities. Now we've increased the pay in both departments to try and get more competitive, but trying to get some of the younger guys and gals to look at the cost of living at these other places and the benefits once they've been on the department and eventually retire are a lot different and many times more attractive in Kokomo than others. And so that's probably them, because we've had some great recruits. We've got great application pools, better than they've had in the past with what both departments have done. And so I think it's just like a lot of the others are experiencing, is just competing with other communities.
Do we have an idea? I guess we can start talking about year one of your second term then, right? Do we have any idea of how many are possibly retiring within that first year?
Yeah. So again, the fire department is a perfect example. I mean, we've got potentially 6 in the hopper to start January 1, but January 1 we lose, I think, 6, maybe 8.
Jeez.
At the beginning of the year or so. And police is the same way. I mean, we were able to bring in a handful. There were unfortunately a few that got back from academy or had started, and it was a little more involved than what they had anticipated. And so they've since bowed out. But again, because police officers are required to go through academy, and the academy has limited space. We can't bring larger groups of police officers on. And so
there's also an academy type of experience for firefighters as well.
Yeah, but a lot of the training for the fire department is done within our department. So they can bring them on. I mean, there's still that time frame they have to go through, but everything's done here. So that helps. But yeah, I mean, police is losing this handful of the others as well at the beginning of the year.
Jeez.
So it's the catch-up game.
It's tough, yeah. But I mean, 40 is a large number of like the new hires. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's hard. I mean, I guess it's progress, but that net number at the end of the day is really the one that matters most. And there's only certain things you are in control of for that, so. Interesting. Okay. Good question, Susan.
Yep. Thanks, Susan.
Next question is from Lori on Facebook. What are we going to do with the juvenile problem in our town? They're harassing people in the parks and on the trails and at the mall. Lori on Facebook.
I mean, it's something that's not been uncommon, I think, in every community across the state. I mean, it's a matter really of finding additional programs and amenities and things for kids to do to keep them from being bored. I know once the weather continues to turn, it'll get too cold for kids to be outside.
Sure.
So yeah, more will probably show up at the malls and stores and such. And so it's a matter of finding other things possibly in the community for them to do. I know folks said, hey, let's get a skating rink back. And we've talked to a few people about that. And really gone nowhere at this point with that or any type of indoor activity facility and such, but always looking for that opportunity to do it. But yeah, it's just trying to find things for them to do to keep them from being bored.
Gotcha. Okay. So those are the questions for today's show. If you have any questions, like I said, just leave them in the chat below. We'll get to those next week. As we, we'll look throughout the week, as well as we always put something out on Monday. Bree will be back with you on Monday. I'll be out of town, so I'll miss next. Oh, you'll be doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron will be back with you on
Yeah.
Monday. Very exciting.
Sweet.
I didn't know that.
Surprise.
Love to see it.
Awesome. Can't wait.
You want to end it with a dad joke today?
Ken, I mean, we've been talking about, giving Thanksgiving its due and making sure that nobody loses sight of that. But there is a time when Christmas actually does come before Thanksgiving.
Oh, Christmas comes before Thanksgiving?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a calendar expert, but I don't think, when would that be?
In the dictionary.
There it is. It makes sense. I'm also not a dictionary expert. So you got me there.
I got you.
Well done. Thanks for watching this episode of the Mayor Tyler Moore Show here on the Kokomo Post, partner with Robert Miller and Son Furniture. Thanks for watching, Kokomo. We will see you next time.
See you, Kokomo.